Hi there, I'm Alex from the Southern Ukulele Store, and this week we're going to take an almost retrospective look at Pete Howlett and his Revelator ukuleles. Pete Howlett is a UK-based builder who has previously lived and worked in the US as well, started around 1990, and over an extremely cool career. He has built many different types of prototype ukuleles, traditional guitars, and most recently, probably his most popular design has been a ukulele he calls the Revelator. This is a Revelator. If you've not seen one before, it's a slimline electro tenor ukulele that has all of the acoustic tone of a full-bodied ukulele. Pete spent quite a lot of time over the last 6-7 years now tweaking every element of this build, including the sound hole design, just how they feel in your hands. He's tried concerts, he's tried different positions of different parts of this ukulele, and he has refined it to the point where a Revelator is very much the high-end option for someone who wants a very slimline, good fit to the body electro uke. Obviously a luthier built UK made instrument. The Revelators are sadly coming to an end as we know them. Pete is no longer making Revelators. The two that I'm going to show you today are the last two that will ever be put on general sale as UK made Pete Howlett Revelator ukuleles. He has a very special reason for that, which it's not my news to share, but you can look out in the new year for kind of special announcement from very kind of well-known sources. But for now, we're going to take a look at these UK-made Revelators. The first one being this uke here, which has an English yew top. English yew is a very unusual wood, used in ukuleles from time to time. It's actually only the third ukulele I've seen in my 12-13 years of working at Southern Ukulele Store with a yew top. English yew has an almost cedar-like sound to it. It's a really good soft wood, but has the kind of projection of a good hardwood. So sounds like cedar, but also has some of the warmth of a mahogany. A really unusual wood, as I mentioned before. This particular one has almost a rustic coffee table-esque look to it. It looks like somebody has upcycled a piece of furniture that my Uncle Ronnie used to have in his lounge when I was a kid. It also has a carina back. Now carina is a wood that Pete has been using for a long time. It's very much associated with that wood, and carina is a great soundboard wood, but also for the back and sides because it's very reflective. It helps create the loud acoustic tone that you don't expect to get from an instrument with half the thickness of a normal ukulele. The neck is joined to the body. It's a really nice smooth transition with an almost electric guitar-like cut. It's got the cutaway, and over the years Pete has experimented with different sound holes. This particular one has the Nautilus sound hole, the teardrop sound hole, but there are Revelators doing the rounds of a more traditional round oval style sound hole too. You have the De Jong geared tuners on the back. And these last two Revelators bear the Revelator Pete Howlett headstock decal, which I love, that mother of pearl decal. This Revelator also has a pin bridge with wooden bridge pins and a rosewood fingerboard and bridge to match. So I'm going to play both of the ukuleles that Pete has sent us from this last batch. This first one is the English yew top and carina back and sides. Let's give it a play and see what you think. The final UK-made Revelator that we're going to look at from Pete Howlett here is made of Carina. I think Carina is probably the wood that Pete is most associated in this point in his career. When I first started seeing Pete Howlett ukuleles, when I first started working here at SUS, they were mainly made of koa. They were more Hawaiian style, and then Pete went through a phase where he was building things he would call California style ukuleles, and the woods became kind of more guitar wood choices, and then finally he started using a lot of Macori, like a derivative of mahogany, and Carina, which is a wood that I had previously only really seen used by Gibson on the sort of early Flying V's and guitars from the late 1950s. It's a really good hardwood, really great mahogany. I think it sounds like mahogany. If you were to Google it, you would not get that information, but I always think that something about Carina Pete Howlett's have a mahogany traditional sound to them, whilst looking nothing like that. The spec on this is the same as the one we've just looked at. You have the Nautilus Soundhole rosewood fingerboard and bridge with the wooden pin bridge. It has the Revelator inlay, which I love, on that Howlett headstock with the De Young tuners. And I'm going to give this a play for you now, but I just want to say once again, you know, Pete, fantastic job with the Revelator, and whatever comes next for this design, I really, really hope that it launches it into the next stratosphere for what a UK luthier can achieve with a great imagination. Let's give this Carina Revelator a play and see what you think.
Three, four.